Hello, you guys. Braxis here, and now I'm really tired. But here's a fourth video for today, and what I'm going to be doing is essentially the same as the last video. I'm going to be recording in 4K what it looks like to increase the magnitude of the Milky Way galaxy, and see what it really looks like. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, if you guys didn't know, from the last video, essentially I'm recording this at 4K at 20 FPS. The reason being is I don't think I really need to record it at a higher frame rate because I'm not really going to be moving the camera at all. But what I will be doing is increasing the magnitude, which what that does is essentially Space Engine doesn't actually render that many stars. They only render ones that are nearby or ones that have significant brightness. They do this for performance reasons, but right now I have my i5 4690K overclocked to 4.3 GHz, so let's go ahead and bring this engine to its limits. So, as I increase the magnitude, right now you cannot really see any stars at all. You can only really see the galaxies around the Milky Way, which are what these dots are all around the screen. If I increase the magnitude, stars and other galaxies will start to render. Okay, we don't want to go too fast or else we will just crash the game too early on. So, give it a little bit of time to render every time I increase it. Okay, now we're starting to see a lot more galaxies in the background. For people who do not have 4K screens, I recommend watching this at either 1440p or 4K resolution. The reason for this is YouTube actually increases the bitrate for people who have 1080p screens but watch it at higher resolutions. So overall, that'll make the picture look better. Let's keep increasing. Okay, slow it down. And now we're actually starting to see a little bit more detail in the galaxy itself. And if we keep increasing, we should start seeing the stars really start to show up. Right now we're only seeing like super massive stars and stuff like that and really bright objects in the galaxy. Okay, the game is still keeping up, so let's boost it by a significant bit. Okay, now the galaxy is starting to really look detailed. You can actually see a lot of bright objects and things start to appear. This star cluster was not here before, but now it is. Okay, now we're really starting to get some stars to show up. Because of the angle I'm looking at, this is actually very intense on my CPU. This is actually going to render stars within a pretty marginal view distance of the entire galaxy. If I was looking at it from like an angle or something, this would actually perform a lot better, but let's keep going regardless. Okay, now we're starting to see a lot more bright objects. And you're really actually starting to see what it looks like compared to what it looked like before. If you skip back to the beginning of the video, you'll see that it's really just a texture of the Milky Way. But now we're actually starting to see objects. Okay, so now I have it at a magnitude of 15. Okay, we just had a bunch more star clusters pop in. That's what those big white dots were. Okay, now my CPU fan is ramping up. This means we're actually getting towards the limit of what Space Engine can do, and things are actually going to start popping in more slowly. Pay attention to the loading icon in the corner. It'll actually start slowing down a lot more. Okay, now I'm actually starting to see the fine details in the galaxy. There's actually a lot of very small stars. For people in 1080p, you probably cannot see this that well. For people watching this in native 4K, you're pretty much seeing exactly what I'm seeing currently. Okay, so now we are at a magnitude of 1507. And this galaxy is actually starting to look a lot better than it did originally. Let's keep increasing it. Let's bring this engine to its knees and get it to crash. Loading symbol is actually taking a while. And we are actually starting to see the galaxy in more of its full detail. I wonder if it's rendered the sun yet. Oh, and there we go. We got a space engine has stopped working window. I'm just going to drag this out of the way real quick. You probably saw my cursor move. And I'm just going to hit print screen right now. And I will publish a screenshot of what I'm looking at currently for those people who are watching in like lower resolution than 4K. What they could do is just open the image in their browser, click the image to zoom in, and then they could just pan around and see exactly what I'm looking at currently. Anyways, if you like this video, leave it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. See you guys.